There will come a time when the wind picks up, when life doesn't ask for your permission before it rains on your plans. The storm never checks your schedule. It doesn't care about your intentions. It comes. And when it does, the only thing that matters is what kind of mind you've built before it arrived. Most people build comfort. They decorate it, protect it, live inside it like it's the purpose of life. But comfort is a paper house in a world made of storms. And sooner or later, that house is coming down. So the question is simple. Have you built a mind that can stand when everything else falls? Because success isn't about avoiding the storm. It's about standing tall in the middle of it. It's about becoming so rooted in discipline, so grounded in values, so sharpened by challenge, that when the world shakes, you don't. People ask, how do I get motivated? Wrong question. Motivation is the wind at your back. It's nice, but unreliable. A strong mind doesn't wait for the wind. A strong mind rows when the sea is calm, and it rows when the storm hits. Because it's not built on how you feel. It's built on who you've decided to become. And if that decision isn't made, if your life is still being run by feelings, by comfort, by convenience, then the storm will tear you apart. Life will test your foundation, not your fantasies. It will ask you to prove your character, not your wishes. And every moment you delay building that inner strength is a moment you're gambling with your future. Discipline is not punishment. It is training. It is self-respect in motion. It is the quiet, daily declaration that you are not at the mercy of circumstance. You are at the mercy of your own standards. So raise them. Every day, you are either reinforcing weakness or reinforcing strength. There is no neutral ground. That extra hour of sleep, when you promised yourself a 5 a.m. start, that's weakness rehearsed. Skipping the workout because it was inconvenient, that's weakness trained. Choosing distraction over growth, weakness reinforced. But every hard choice you make in the direction of your future, that's strength practiced. Every time you keep a promise to yourself, even when no one is watching, that's how mental armor is forged. Don't wait for life to break you before you start training. Build now. Prepare now. Discipline is always easier in peace than in crisis. You think the storm is your enemy, but it's not. It's your mirror. It shows you what you've really built. The mind that can withstand the storm is not built in one day. It's shaped over seasons, through repetition, correction, reflection, through the dull grind of doing what's right long after the mood to do it has passed. And that's where most people quit, not in the chaos, but in the quiet, in the ordinary, in the repetition of doing what is necessary when no one is clapping. But that's where mastery is born. That's where character is carved. Jim Rohn once said, "Don't join an easy crowd. You won't grow. Go where the expectations and the demands to perform are high." Why? Because a weak environment never produces a strong mind. If the people around you expect nothing of you, raise your standards or raise your circle. Growth begins when you stop asking for easier tasks and start developing a stronger version of yourself. It begins when you stop complaining about the weight and start building the muscle to lift it. You don't rise to the level of your dreams. You fall to the level of your habits. And your habits are the bricklayers of your destiny. Small, silent, consistent actions that build or break the man or woman you're becoming. The mind that can withstand the storm is a product of routine. It is not born in emotion. It is forged in structure. Wake up when you say you will. Study when you'd rather scroll. Train when you'd rather sleep. Speak truth when silence would be safer. These are the disciplines that add up. These are the actions that turn self-respect into a way of life. And no one will applaud you for them. Not first. Because real growth is invisible. It's not broadcast on a highlight reel. It's buried in choices made in silence. But when the storm comes, the work shows. And the storm always comes. Responsibility. That's the turning point. The day you stop blaming your circumstances. The day you stop pointing fingers. The day you stop explaining away your failures and instead say, "If it is to be, it's up to me." That is the day you begin to build a life no storm can destroy. It won't be easy. And that's the point. Easy builds nothing. Easy weakens you. Easy robs you of your own potential. Responsibility puts your life back in your hands. And yes, it feels heavy at first. But so does every sword before the warrior learns to wield it. Stop outsourcing your power. Stop looking for someone to fix it for you. Stop waiting for a better time. The best time was yesterday. The second best time is right now. You either master your mind, or it masters you. You either command your habits, or you become a slave to them. You either build strength on purpose, or life will force you to do it the hard way. What you tolerate becomes your standard. If you tolerate laziness, don't be surprised by mediocrity. If you tolerate excuses, don't expect excellence. If you tolerate procrastination, don't expect fulfillment. Your standards are not just preferences, they are boundaries for your future. Raise them, and understand, this is not about perfection. It's about direction. It's about momentum. One day, one decision at a time. But make no mistake, you're either rising or falling. There is no standing still. The clock is moving. So should you. This is not a rehearsal. This is the only shot you get. And the storm won't wait for your readiness. Build now. Train now. Prepare now. Because when the winds rise, when the sky darkens, when the comfort is gone and the test arrives, it won't matter how many books you've read or how many goals you've written down. The only thing that will matter is who you are. Not who you want to be, who you are. And if you've built that version, disciplined, responsible, grounded in values, and unwavering in character, then let the storm come. Let it come, because you won't be running. You won't be begging for escape. You'll be standing, tall, calm, unshaken, because you built the mind that can withstand the storm. You don't get stronger by avoiding resistance. You get stronger by choosing it, by walking toward the tension that others run from, by doing the thing you promised yourself long after the emotion that made the promise has faded. This is the code of self-mastery. Discipline over ease, growth over comfort, vision over impulse. And it's not a one-time decision. It's daily, hourly, sometimes minute by minute. Because the enemy isn't always out there. Most of the time, he's inside, whispering, "Skip it today. No one will notice. You've done enough." But that's the moment that separates the strong from the soft. No one will notice. That's the problem. You'll notice. And if you let that voice win once, it gets louder. Let win again, it takes over. But every time you shut it down with action, it shrinks. You teach yourself something powerful. I'm not here to be ruled by feelings. I am here to be ruled by vision. Success is not an achievement. It's not a house or a car or a number in a bank account. Success is becoming the kind of person who earns those things without losing their soul. It's becoming the kind of person who wakes up proud of the man or woman they're becoming, who can look in the mirror and say with conviction, "I didn't take shortcuts. I paid in full." There is honor in the climb, because it transforms you. And the person who refuses to grow will always chase things they're not strong enough to hold. The world doesn't give you what you want. It gives you what you earn. And if you want to hold more freedom, more influence, more responsibility, you must first become more. So don't chase the result. Chase the refinement of character. Chase the mastery of mindset. Chase the version of yourself that can carry the weight of real success. The storm is not there to destroy you. It's there to reveal you, to show you whether the roots you planted in discipline and philosophy were real or just wishful thinking. You want peace. You want confidence. You want freedom. They don't come from escaping the storm. They come from knowing, no matter what, you've built something unshakable within yourself. And no one can take that from you. That's what real wealth is. Not what's in your pocket, but what's in your mind, your character, your spirit. The mind that can withstand the storm is not wealthy by accident. It's wealthy because it paid the price in sweat, in struggle, in silence, day after day. While the world watched, you worked. While others talked, you trained. While they waited, you built. And now, when the thunder rolls and the lights go out, you rise. Not because it's easy, not because you're fearless, but because you've made the decision. I will not be the victim. I will not be the excuse. I will be the one who stands. You want to change your life? Don't start with the world. Start with your calendar. Start with your standards. Start with how you show up when no one else is watching. You can't control the wind, but you can control your sails. You can control what you read, what you consume, who you become. You can sit around hoping for better weather, or you can build the kind of mind that sails through hurricanes. And here's the truth they won't tell you. You don't need to be extraordinary to start. But if you stay consistent, if you choose discipline over comfort, if you act in alignment with your values, even when it's hard, you will become extraordinary. Not because the world calls you great, but because you earned your own respect. And that is what no storm can take away. The mind that can withstand the storm doesn't just survive chaos. It moves with intention. It knows where it's going. Because drifting isn't strength. Wandering isn't wisdom. A strong mind is directed, focused, intentional. It sets goals not for vanity, but for alignment. Not just for what they will get, but for who they will become in the pursuit. Without goals, time becomes an enemy. It slips. It vanishes. It leaves you wondering where it all went. But with clear direction, time becomes an ally. Every day becomes a step forward. Every action becomes fuel. Because you're no longer reacting to life, you're leading it. And if your goals aren't written down, if they aren't visible, defined, and structured, then they aren't goals. They're daydreams. And life doesn't reward daydreamers. It rewards the disciplined. Here's what most never understand. A goal is a contract with your future self. It's not just a target. It's a declaration. This is the kind of person I intend to become. This is the standard I'm willing to meet. And your daily habits are the signatures that prove whether or not you're honoring that contract. The goal isn't just to make more money. It's to become the kind of person who creates value so consistently that money becomes a natural outcome. The goal isn't just to get fit. It's to become the kind of person who respects their body enough to treat it like a temple instead of a landfill. The goal isn't just to be successful. It's to become the kind of man or woman whose character earns the right to lead, to serve, to influence. If your goals are only about acquisition, you'll lose them when life shakes the ground. But if your goals are rooted in transformation, you'll endure. Because the greatest reward is who you become in the process. Time, the only thing you never get back. The great equalizer. Given an equal measure to the rich and the poor, the disciplined and the lazy, the focused and the distracted. But how it is spent, that's where destinies divide. You want to know what someone truly values? Don't ask them. Look at their calendar. Look at their routines. Look at where their time goes when no one is watching. Because your time is your vote. Every day you're casting ballots for the life you will live tomorrow. And if you don't like your results, check your investment. You can't waste 5 years and buy them back with regret. Time is the currency of life. And the most dangerous phrase in the English language is, I'll do it later. There is no later. There is only now. And now is expensive. Because every moment you delay the work, you're collecting interest on the life you're not living. Build a personal philosophy that treats time like gold. Not just for productivity, but for clarity. Because if you don't have time to think, you don't have time to grow. Reflection is where wisdom enters. Stillness is where direction is born. And silence is where you meet the person you've been too busy to become. Don't just fill your schedule, fill your soul. Read books that stretch your mind. Have conversations that demand honesty. Spend time with people who remind you of your potential, not your limitations. Your personal philosophy is the compass of your life. It's the code you live by when no one is watching. And without it, success is fragile. Because without principles, achievement is hollow. The storm doesn't test how much you've earned. It tests how much you become. It tests your core, your identity. And if your identity is tied to applause, status, or the opinions of others, the moment the storm hits, you collapse. But if your identity is built on principles, honesty, work ethic, responsibility, discipline, then come what may, you will remain. You must choose today to be a builder of discipline, a builder of vision, a builder of philosophy that holds strong when the winds rise. Because no one else can do it for you. No mentor, no video, no shortcut can substitute the work that must be done alone. You have to walk into the silence and confront who you are and decide who you will be. That decision will cost you. It will cost you laziness. It will cost you distraction. It will cost you comfort. It may even cost you some relationships. But what you gain is worth it. Clarity, power, direction, the ability to lead yourself, and one day to lead others. Build now, while it's quiet, while no one is watching, while no one believes. So when the storm comes, as it always does, you will not bend, you will not fold, you will not break, because you are not the man or woman you once were. You've chosen the higher path, the harder road, the uncommon discipline of greatness. And now the storm has a name to fear, yours. So if you hear these words and feel a pull inside, don't ignore it. That's not just motivation. That's your soul remembering who it was meant to become. This life, this one brief, Wildlife is not a rehearsal. You don't get to come back and do it again with more discipline, more clarity, more courage. You only get now. You only get this version of time. So stand up. Stand up from the ashes of excuses. Stand up from the comfort that's killing your potential. Stand up from the small life that no longer fits the person you know you were born to be. You're the architect. The storm does not decide who you are. You do. And your life is the proof of that decision. Let your actions be louder than your doubts. Let your habits speak louder than your history. Let your vision burn so bright that fear forgets your name. Because once you've built the mind that can withstand the storm, you won't just survive this life. You will shape it. Now go. Build.